And here we are. So, again, from the warmer part of the living room. It can warm up anytime it wants outside. Thanks. Tonight's games. Actually, this morning's. So, this morning, Vegas is in Ottawa. And I will be watching that one, yes. There will not be a live stream during that game. Before anybody asks. So, the Golden Knights are on their first losing streak. Ever. And they're in Ottawa. And a matchup between two teams that should look very Roman Coliseum-ish between the two logos. Anyways, it's hard to imagine Ottawa losing this one, so they probably will. Probably in overtime, so they still get the point. And it'll be fun to watch Legacy and see how he plays. Then we get to the games at 4. 4 my time, 7 Eastern. Washington's in Boston. Washington will win that because Boston doesn't do well against Washington. Columbus is in Tampa. So there's a big test for Columbus. They're 9-4. They want to be taken seriously as contenders right now. Go in and beat Tampa. That's what you got to do. It's not easy beating Tampa. It's not a simple task. We'll see what happens. Can Stamkos and Kucherov be controlled 2 games in a row? That's the question. The New York Rangers are in Florida, so the Rangers have started to get on kind of a roll. In order to continue that, they got to win today. And it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out, too. Colorado and Philly. I wonder how... Like, when Duchesne reads these rumors, and he has to at least hear them, does it affect him on the ice? Does it affect him going into the game like, oh, I almost got out of here? Does that mean he'll have a poor game tonight? Or does he get angrier and play better? That'll be the interesting tale of this one. And, of course, the Flyers, who deserve a better record, and hopefully they find it. Toronto and St. Louis. I wouldn't be surprised if Toronto won that one. I'm just throwing that out there. But at the same time, Toronto's defense has looked abysmal. And St. Louis is pretty good at exploiting poor defenses. So, again, I'd be very surprised though if Toronto doesn't win the game. Montreal's in Winnipeg. Winnipeg's on a hot streak. But I think Montreal's coming in with more to prove. Carey Price is out. So Montoya's in. That tells me that somehow Montreal's going to win. Because everybody's going to write them off. Everybody's going to say, oh, this is for Winnipeg. And it seems like anytime that happens, unless it involves Arizona, then the opposite happens. Buffalo's in Dallas. It's a game Dallas should win. They should. But Dallas has been so hard to predict. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else I can say with that. Just Dallas is really unpredictable. And Buffalo, maybe they're starting to get it together. Chicago's in Minnesota. Oh, that'll be fun. Those teams don't like each other very much. And it's always interesting when they play against one another. Yeah, the leader is Spurgeon in points for Minnesota. That's weird. And there's Hartman, still number 2 in the points for Chicago, based almost entirely on the 5 points he got in the first game of the year. Carolina's in Arizona. I was asked last night by a Coyotes fan when they'd get their second win of the year. This is a good time to bet on it. Carolina's been underachieving greatly. Their really solid young defense is a solid young defense, but it's a young defense. So, wagering on them to win this game would... No, I wouldn't wager on it. I don't wager on sports at all. People ask me about that. I don't do it. I don't have a good record when I wager on sports. That goes back to 1986. All right. Pittsburgh's in Vancouver. That doesn't look good for the Canucks. The Canucks have, have a 6-4-2 record and they've looked good and whatnot, but Pittsburgh coming in. Pittsburgh's going to be angry and rested. Yeah, that game could potentially be ugly. I wouldn't have worn this if I'd realized that was the matchup tonight. I regret my jersey choice for the video. Predators and Kings. So the Preds are coming off of a win over Anaheim. Can they get a win over the Kings? They can, absolutely. Preds have that potential. And the Kings are overachieving? Yeah, probably. Subban with 10 points in 13 games, huh? That's pretty good. It's not bad at all. Oh, Anaheim's playing San Jose. This is the Hockey Guy Cup, in that I don't care. It's two of my least favorite teams against each other. I'll probably try to watch it. The Ducks coming off of a loss that they fought back in, but it was a loss. And San Jose at 7-5 are on a decent run. I'm gonna wager this one. I shouldn't wager at all. I'm going to guess that this one goes into overtime, though. I'm going to guess a low-scoring, tight-checking, probably a few fights kind of game. But we'll see. Let me know your picks. Watching Vegas is going to be fun this morning. Or this afternoon if you're on the East Coast, or especially in Europe, where I guess it's evening already. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And that's a lot of games. A lot. And if anybody wonders why I don't get more into detail with this, it's because, really, honestly, we can tear apart goaltending, forwards, defense. In the end, the parity is such in the NHL right now that anybody can beat anybody unless they're Arizona. But maybe today is Arizona's day. Maybe Carolina coming in is exactly what the doctor ordered. Let me know what you think. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And thank you guys so much for watching. You guys being out there makes it worth being in here. And I'll talk to you again soon.